This is Dwayne with Headwaters Seat Covers. We're going to be doing the install for the 2009 to 2019 old body Ram 40/20/40 with a non-opening middle bottom seats. 40/20/40 meaning that there's the two bucket seats and then a middle seat, the console you can lift up and someone can sit there. Non-opening middle bottom meaning that the part you're sitting on in the middle has no handle and therefore it does not open up. What you're going to be seeing in the video is going to be for a 2018 with bucket seats. However, the seats install the exact same way for both the 40/20/40 and the bucket seats. And then we'll show the installation for the middle section, the 20%. Note too that if you have a 2009 to 2012, your headrests and your console might look a bit different, but all the installations are almost exactly the exact same. Okay?
All the parts of your seat covers are labeled on the inside. You just carefully open those babies up. Label on the inside. This one says H for headrest. The seat covers for the driver on the backrest, the label will always be on the driver's side. So you open that up, we'll look on the inside. We can see in real faint letters, we don't want it real heavy, we can see that says DT on the inside. You want to make sure to get the driver's side top and the passenger side top on the correct side to make sure that the airbag placement will come out. We sew the outside part of the seat cover with a little tiny thread, so if you do get an accident, the airbag will pop out. Put the headrest cover on with the extending velcros to the front, as we see here. I put that on, I kind of saw it back and forth. Put it on. See how it's compressing? Pull that down over on the inside, come back over here on the outside, keep pulling it down, give it a little saw back and forth, pulling back corners down, pull that down. Headrest is sewn tight at the bottom so it fits that thing snugly, so it's going to be tight kind of coming on throughout that area. So once you have that thing snugged on, next thing we're going to do, recline the backrest. With the backrest reclined, depress these two plastic push buttons. Carefully lift that out evenly. Carefully line up the seams of the seat cover to the seams that are in your headrest. Everything should closely match. Once you have those into position, these bottoms will be covered. We're going to take this Velcro, tuck it underneath the back edge, where this fuzzy loop strip is, and connect them. There we go. Headrest done. Okay, we're going to install the driver's side bottom. Just take these buckles off and go ahead and put those behind the seat. We're going to use those later. Carefully detach this Velcro. You'll notice at the inside right we have DB. That's for the driver bottom. We got the little elastic on the seat cover for the inside. Step one, lift the seat all the way up into the ceiling. Is going to free up these moving controls. Next we're going to detach this elastic, which is right around this metal bar here. There's one on this side as well. This one's a little tougher to get to because it's around the electric plug here. So I can push that out. Just push that thing forward and it'll come right off of there. So how I did that is I took my thumb in here and I just pushed like this. Pushed it to help open that thing up, and I just pushed it right off the metal bar. Good. We're going to take the elastic off of the factory that's on the seat here. We'll just remove that. We replace that with one on the seat cover. Going to place this cover on with the long hook velcros to the front. Okay. And when we're installing this seat cover, what you want to do is line up the seams that are on the seat cover to the seams that are on your seat right here. That's how the cover was made. So when you have those seams lined up, everything is going to fit just like it's supposed to. Right now I'm working the material from the inside of the seat cover to the outside edge here along the seat bottom. I'll do this along the front. I'm going to tuck it down behind the plastic a little bit there. And work that seam all the way over to the other side. And just to hold that there, we're going to take this hook Velcro. I'm just going to push that down. There's fuzzy carpet on the side of the seat, and that's going to help hold that guy into position for me. Just temporary. We can reconnect that if we want to. Okay, I've got that in. Everything is looking fairly lined up here. I'm going to go ahead and tuck in the back edge here. The Velcros, we're going to route underneath the seat by folding those in half lengthwise. Look what that'll do. It just literally stiffens those up like a ruler. So you're going to look in to exactly where they're sewn on. That Velcro is going to travel underneath the seat, and the real key is you've lifted the seat up into the ceiling, freed away all those moving mechanical parts. The Velcro has to go in between the seat and those parts. Route this Velcro up and over the top of the motor, as you see here. You're going to route those long front Velcros up and over the top of that motor in here. Real careful. Use extra caution when putting your hands underneath the seat. Everything under here is sharply. So we're going to route that Velcro over the top of the other one. Now I'm going to come around the back side and get a hold of those. So you're going to pull back on that Velcro. So this is the back edge of the seat cover we tucked in. Pull that thing back, hold it in place. While you're holding that in place, you're going to go ahead and connect that Velcro right there. Okay, you want to leave enough room so we can get on our piece for here is where we have to use for the backrest. So we want to make sure we keep that Velcro all the way to the outside. Carefully feel up in here for your Velcro. You know, when we routed these Velcros, we made sure that we keep the Velcro all the way up to the top and over the top of all those moving mechanisms. Okay, with that Velcro routed all the way to the back, like the outside edge, we're going to fasten that Velcro right on the outside over here. I'm going to pull it down and connect it. Okay, now we're going to put on our safety buckles. So we're going to reach underneath here. We're going to get to the wire. Where you don't want to put it is where your plastic clip has to go, which is in this region. So we're going to want to miss that. Come over a little bit. Pull on that. We have two to connect. I'm going to take the other one. We're going to go the other side of the metal plug here, but I want to kind of get underneath that. I don't want to have anything going over the top of the metal plug. There we go. Okay, now we're going to route the outside edge Velcro. Okay, we're going to route this outside edge Velcro, and while we're here, we'll go ahead and put the seat belt through the plastic loop we provided on the seat cover. Like the ones in front, the hook Velcro in front, go ahead and fold that in half lengthwise, stiffens it right up. Where that has to poke down is right down through here. You'll notice that there's a little gap right here. Straight down through there is where I'm going to route this Velcro. Run it down there, it'll just come out the bottom. Right here. Okay. Next we're going to tuck the cover in, tighten up that Velcro. Okay. Now you'll notice in here that you're going to want the seat cover to get tucked behind this little plastic clip right there. Okay. We'll just tuck it back behind there. Pull this down. We're going to come back behind the seat. We're going to just press it right up to that Velcro fuzzy strip. You can run it right along there with the excess if you like. All right, seat bottom's done. We're going to head to the backrest. Going to install the driver's backrest. Again, the label on our seat cover is always on the driver's backrest. You're going to want to hit your recline lever and get that backrest straight up and down. Next, you're going to take loose these Velcros. Nice and easy. Long Velcros go to the front. And if you take and curl this out, curl up that hook Velcro on the back edge, you won't be catching on that fuzzy carpet on the way down. Same way as we put on that headrest, it's going to be tight going down until we get past the thick part. There we go. And again, same thing with the headrest. You want to line up the seams of the seat cover here to the seams that are on your seat. I'm going to climb up on here. Carefully tuck the seat cover underneath the plastic for the headrest. Do so starting on the push button side. Likewise for this side. Just keep working it around. Plenty of room to fit right underneath there. There we go. Alright. Now we're going to pull that down. Again, we're going to line up the outside edge. Inside edge is close. Okay, in order to hold this up, hold this back flap up, all I do is I take it up and just press it to the seat cover. Right there. That's just going to hold that thing up temporarily. Next, I'm going to tuck these long Velcros into the seat. Okay, we'll go ahead and tuck that front side in. Reach around the back side carefully. Pull that through. A little snug. There.
Go.
Okay, with the Velcros pulled through the back side, what you want to do is you want to just kind of give the seat cover a good tug. You don't want to pull on these Velcros because you can tear them off, so you're going to be pulling on that seat cover. Pull that up, tighten it up, give it some slack. Take up some slack there. What's going to happen is these Velcros are going to go under the seat and then back out to themselves. The middle one is going to go underneath and it's going to lay flat like this and be able to hook up and be flat across here. The outside ones are going to go underneath, but when they go over the bar runs front to back. They're going to get crinkled up like this underneath the seat. They'll be all just crinkled around the bar, but as you bring them forward, you'll have a nice contact spot. Okay, so we'll start off with this center one. How I put the center one is I'll just put it on the Velcro flat onto my hand with the sticky onto my hand, and it just goes straight forward. Okay, there's just a gap, okay, in between our buckles we put on there for the seat bottoms. Right next to that plug, there's a gap. This metal bar, you just carefully work it right around there. Okay. And we don't have to connect that or get that one too tight yet, but we can just kind of temporarily put it there. These outside ones, okay, we're looking for this metal bar right here. Can you see this, guys? So we're looking for this metal bar. It runs front to back. It's supported on the foam. So same way, we're going to run this Velcro up and over that bar and out to the seat cover with this one. I'm going to fold that in half. Just a little bit of that. I'm going to take that, I'm going to push it up and over that bar. Got a hold of it on the other side. Okay. And when I push these through, I'm going over the bar, okay, from the inside, going around it this way. So now what I'll do is just like I did before, I'm going to pull down on the back edge to gain some slack. Then you have to pull forward, okay, go around that bar. You got to pull forward to get the slack out of it. And you're going to pull down to get the slack out. Pull down. Okay, and you're opening up the Velcro. We're just going to touch it to the loop Velcro sewn inside the front edge. Now we'll go ahead and do the outside one, same way. Okay. Now this particular one on this model for the bucket seats has electric controls on it, directly up here, right on that bar. So you're going to push those controls ahead just a little bit, just to gain room enough to get the Velcro up and over the bar. Now that we have all the Velcros routed under the seat, we're going to want to tighten those guys up a little bit. So I'm going to start by tightening up the center one. See how it's a little bit loose there. By doing that, you're just going to pull down on it. You're going to hold that to the seat. Gain the slack out of that Velcro and press it right to the front. Tighten this side. I'm going to get in here. You're going to pull hard. Pull as hard as you can, just on the seat cover, not on the Velcro. Pull that down, pull hard. Now, in order to get the slack out, you got to pull the Velcro forward before you bring it back. There we go. That one's tightened up nicely. Now we'll go over to this side, the outside. Well, like I said, just give that a big pull down. Pull that Velcro front right up to the back edge of the seat cover. Okay, we have excess length here. You can leave that on there or you could trim it off. If you're going to trim that off, just go to the front part of where that thing's connected, pull it down, and just use the scissors and very carefully cut this off. Be careful, you got wires here. Okay, let's come around and take a look at what the front side looks like. To see how we've done, what you want to do is recline the backrest to see where the original state is. You can hear it tightening up right now. Tighten up all across the front side there. Everything's looking pretty good. You can continue to recline that. Go ahead and grab the headrest, because the headrest will only go on with the seat reclined. Okay, headrest on. Go ahead and run this thing back up. Lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to go around to the back side of the seat and fasten those clips. Then we'll be done with the driver and passenger. Now that we have the cover positioned where we want to, I'm going to just take these Velcros off. So how I do that is right where the end of it is, I'll just kind of pull that back, use my thumb as kind of a guide there, snip that off. This one's connected to right here, so I'm going to pull it away from the cover a little bit. Put it back up. This one right there. Okay, all trimmed off. Lastly, we're going to take these clips. Now remember, when we were installing this cover, we've tried to pay careful attention to make sure the gaps where these clips go on are left open. So you basically going to just reach underneath, right where they're at. And the easiest way to get these things hooked back on is when you're putting it under there, if you use your other hand to pull it on. So you're going to put it over there and then pull it on with your other hand. That's how I get those reattached. We're going to press this hook Velcro to the fuzzy carpet that's on the back edge of the seat. I do that. Make sure left and right are tucked in. I'm going to pull down on the outside ones, fasten those, and you can actually curl them around a little bit. Curls right around the corner of it. Grab the bottom one, give it a nice pull, and there we go.
Alrighty, so what you want to do is on the middle bottom, there'll be the seat belt here. You want to shove that out of the elastic loop there. Get that loose. And then normally, there would be a seat belt like this one here, but the guy removed it, so there isn't actually one here. Alright, so then, you're going to take your middle bottom, as seen with the MB right there. Okay, I'm going to take that, flip it over there, and start fitting it on. Remember, we're wanting to match the seams of the seat cover with the seams of the seats themselves. And so you'll want to make sure you're pushing the salvage that's inside the seat cover towards the outside. Okay? And you're going to take this, you'll take the flap here and just shove it in between the seats. So. You'll see these flaps here on the sides. Just want to shove those back there too. So now we're going to take the flap, we're going to clip it right there into the fuzz that's on your seat. And then you'll see here on the side, there's these little flaps that we shoved down the side. You want to take those, pull nice and tight, and wrap them around the edge. And I'll cover that just nicely. Same over here. And obviously if there's a seat belt, you'll have to contest with that, but it'll go between the seat belt and the middle bottom itself.
As you can see here, it's nice, smooth. You can always smooth it out a little bit more if you're not getting it tight enough. It'll cover the whole front here. But then you'll see that we have added our own elastic to the seat cover itself, and so that's where you're going to be shoving the seat belt through. You just want to take that, shove it right back through. That's good. And then of course, if they had their seat belt, we would shove it right through there. So next, we have the console to this truck, and so we're gonna put this right here. You'll see the console piece. It's got all these extra little tabs and the hole for the drink holder here. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the hole for the drink holder, pull it over here. Again, we're going to make sure we line up those seams. Good yank. Smooth down. Okay. And you can take the ends of it and tuck it between the seats. You'll see the sides here, they've got their tabs there. The other side does not have these little tabs on it. Instead it just has some Velcro that connects to the fuzz on the seat itself. So here is the fuzz. You want to just pull it nice and tight and get it connected. Okay. Now, right here on the back that we pushed in, you'll see these little strips of hook Velcro here, and then these little things of loop here. We're going to just pull tight on that, and this gets attached right up there. Likewise, on this side. Okay, next we got to get these Velcros through. So you'll see some space in the hinges here. We're just gonna get them in there. Okay. Likewise on the other side. Alright, so now we've got this going here. You see we've got these little tabs here, okay? And we're just going to pull these off. You'll see sometimes there'll be an extra one on there just in case you accidentally mess up or whatnot. So we're just going to pull all these off. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to pull these tight. You want to see kind of where these Velcros are going to be going. Okay? And you'll take a rag and some alcohol. You'll just nice and wet there. What we're going to do is you want to scrub really, really hard on these spots and then dry it really fast. Okay? And what that does is it loosens up any grime and whatnot on your seat cover, so that these sticky Velcro here can stick to it. And you can just pull really tight, place it in there like that. So we'll get these other spots here. Alright, so now we've got the lid to do. The lid, you can see, has all these Velcros. You want to just take all those apart. Alright, now you'll note that the back of the lid has this L on it, and that goes, of course, towards the back of the seat. towards the back of the lid. Okay, so we're gonna flip it over. Okay. Now you'll note that there's these two sets of Velcro. There's a little skinny one, this one in the back. These will have to go through the hinges, kind of like when we did the console. Okay, so we're gonna get that there. First, we're gonna hook the front on here, get that going. What I'm doing is I'm working that Velcro through the hinge over here, and I'm pushing the lid onto around the corner. Okay, once it gets in there, I just pull it up, paste on there for now, the way it kind of holds it in place. I'm going to do the same with this side here. Okay. And again, I'm going to just paste it on there. That way it kind of just holds it together. Okay. Now you see, I've got the base, the lid on for the most part. So I'm just going to pull around its corners, tighten it up a bit. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to just pull really nice and tight. Lift up here. Okay. Really nice and tight. Hold one, lay that, put it on the other. Same with the other side. Now see these side Velcros all laying around it. We'll just basically do the same thing with them. Pull it nice and tight. And just push them together. Okay, and then once you get it down, if you need to adjust it, and you can just motion, just sweep a bunch of it, try and get where you want it. But otherwise,